Welcome back. The guys have already done a short live stream for My Brother is an Idiot, doing the Pew Pew Pick'em and reviewing football from the last week. So make sure you go and check that out. I'm sure we will include the link below if I remember to do so. I'm going to hit you. There is a lot of marital love right here. All right. So joining us tonight, we have Tank. Great. Everybody heard that wave, right?
Hey, everybody.
Frank.
My husband, the beep of the meep.
Beep of the meat, baby.
Oh, and King Goon has changed his name back to King Goon.
Yeah, the Hitman doesn't really resonate with the nerds that know motif.
Well, you know, depends on what we're talking about. But today's agenda, probably not so much. So, Thanksgiving was last week. We all had different places to be and different things to do. Mark and I actually ended up doing 2 Thanksgiving dinners.
We did.
We went to a Central Command, had like the traditional Thanksgiving lunch, at like 1:00. And then we thought we were going to go to a game night. We got there and they're like, hey, we haven't eaten yet.
It's like 7 o'clock at night and they haven't served dinner.
Wow.
So then we
Felt like they were waiting for us.
A late Thanksgiving.
So then we were there till like midnight playing games and drinking a lot of wine.
Was there with Jordan Cortman and Andrew Breedlove, Matt.
Got it.
Yeah. The 6 of us have now done quite a few game nights. It's a lot of fun.
The Brontosaurus and the guy who occasionally looks like a martini olive.
Okay. So,
But what is said olive stuffed with? That's the question.
It's a pimento in this case.
Oh,
I'll see if I
pimento.
can find the picture of the olive that looks like
Okay.
Andrew the olive.
Nice.
Give me a minute.
Carry
Go
on.
on. Yeah.
I know you guys already talked a little bit about your Thanksgiving on the previous cast. So we will go into what each of you actually did too much. However, we are going to do an overrated, underrated, and your favorite and least favorite Thanksgiving foods. You can include desserts, sides, mains, and even things you may not have tried, like the turducken that was, all over the fucking TV.
Turducken.
Which I have not tried, but kind of creeps me out.
Duckin' tur.
Your sister made one when we were in college.
That scares me even more.
She made one?
Yeah.
I don't want to know.
The first Thanksgiving we spent together, she made a turducken. She had to use my oven because our ovens were very small.
She made one, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was it? My sister can't boil water successfully.
She was very good, actually.
Must have been that Gunnison air. Or maybe you guys were all just drinking.
Not that day.
Was there marijuana involved?
No, I had actually, this was shortly after I had quit drinking, so I wasn't doing anything at that point.
Okay, so let's start with Tank because he has tried a turducken. Most overrated food on the Thanksgiving table.
Most overrated. Yeah, I mean, it has to be the turkey, right? Like, usually. Unless
Bite
it's
your
done
tongue.
really well.
I was going to say, you've never apparently had my smoked turkey because that was the most valuable player at our Thanksgiving dinner. Thank you very
No,
much.
I'm saying in general. I'm
By
not
a
saying
long
anyone
shot.
Yeah, nor
I'm
mine.
not saying anyone I've specifically had. I'm just saying in general. The
I
turkey.
value your opinion.
Yeah. In general, the turkey is the most, talked about thing, and it's usually the least consistently made thing.
I see that. I see that.
Okay. Honey, what do you think?
Most overrated for me is stuffing, and here's why. Everyone just does stuffing. If you're gonna do stuffing, do it right. Do it like this one did, where it had sausage and black olives and fucking apples and shit. Or do it like we used to make it when I was in my young 20s, where we would put fucking oysters in it. Oyster stuffing is delicious. But plain ass stuffing, don't just give me wet bread with a little bit of thyme and expect me to call that food. Give me something with it.
All right, Matt, opinions?
I was gonna say stuffing, especially anything you do on the stovetop. Get that shit out of here,
Dude, it is brilliantly easy to make decent stuffing, and nobody does it.
Well, and they
My
call it
stuffing recipe
stuffing.
is actually my dad's that I just tweaked a little because I don't put it in the bird because we smoke the turkey. So I make it in the casserole dish and then do the French fried onions on top.
Oh,
So
and
you
it
get that
has
extra little crunchy bit.
it has like Italian sausage and black olives, and she puts apples in it. It was fucking great. Oyster stuffing is delicious. Plain ass stovetop stuffing, bird ass stuffing. No thanks.
I like bird ass stuffing. It's the shit that comes off the stovetop when it's just, out of a bag. It's like, come on. Let's
I feel like we're
something.
bagging a little bit on our mother, but it's also true.
Well, literally, stovetop stuffing, yeah.
I'm going to tease my sister a little bit more because in our family, one of the most celebrated foods on the table is her corn casserole. And it's disgusting.
She hates it. I love the corn casserole, but I like cheese.
It's like
I enjoy cheese.
multiple cans of corn, cream cheese, 4 bags of cheese, and jalapeno peppers.
It's mostly cheese with corn just to make your poop look like you had some food with it.
Yeah,
but it's delicious. I fucking think that shit is awesome.
It's not good for your
Lotte good, but
teeth,
no,
but
it's
good.
Terrible for your digestive tract. That's for absolute certain.
Everybody else in the family loves it.
Hmm?
I will not eat it.
I get that.
She puts a little bit on her plate, and then I always eat it.
Oh yeah,
she does always put a little bit on her plate,
and that's it. Every holiday meal, not just Thanksgiving.
Dude, I go for seconds on that one. But again, I love fucking cheese, man. It's
its own food group in our house. Okay. Underrated. Tank, starting with you again.
Underrated for me is I'm going to lean towards, I think, sweet potatoes. Anything with sweet potatoes. Pie, sweet potatoes with marshmallow, like sweet potato casserole, whatever. Stuff with sweet potatoes, I think, needs to be more.
I can get behind that. I love sweet potatoes.
Yeah. Matt?
Pecan pie.
Yeah, that is definitely not an underrated in our family.
No.
My mother's pecan pie is legendary.
It's really fucking good.
So good.
Even Lolo ate an entire piece of this pie. It took him an hour.
Yeah, but he wouldn't stop eating it. And this was like,
months before he passed.
November and, January. That. And he crushed it.
Yep. Nice.
But I'm with you on that for sure.
We'll have to have Sarah's husband try mom's pie.
Yeah, it's fucking fantastic.
It's amazing.
No one else in the family even has the recipe.
Nope.
She won't share it. Like, we're all fighting as to who gets it when she dies.
If she has it written down.
It's written down. I've seen it. It's laminated.
It's written down.
Thank God.
And it's in my grandmother's handwriting.
Oh, well, that makes a lot more sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Oh, that thing's amazing, though.
You will gain 50 pounds and get diabetes looking at this pie.
Oh, it's so good.
But it is so fucking worth it.
It's so good.
I had half a pie to myself. Let's put it that way.
That is one thing I definitely missed this Thanksgiving was the pie. We had at Thanksgiving she made the cobbler. Oh no, we had the desserts that we made.
Yeah.
And the desserts that we made were fucking great. But I'm sitting there going, something's missing. And then as soon as you said pecan pie, Matt, my face was just like, I miss pecan pie.
You need to call your mama Sue
Yeah.
and have her make you a pie.
Damn it. I missed pecan pie.
Okay. What is your underrated love? As if I don't already know.
Like, I'm almost there with the sweet potatoes, though. You know, we never really had sweet potatoes growing up in our family. So when Matt's wife started bringing over yams for Thanksgiving as the thing, I was just like, holy shit, what is this? And since then, my love of all things that are not potato but potato has just increased. We had a fabulous sweet potato casserole at second dinner. But I think I'm going to go with the most underrated being gravy.
Not what I
because there's
picked for
never
you.
enough. There's never enough gravy. And so I always have to go a little bit heavier. And I'd like to just make sure that we have a runners up notice here for the cranberry jellied sauce.
That's what I thought you were going to say.
But gravy for sure is my winner.
You and our niece are going to fight about that.
Oh, she hates gravy.
Yeah,
I know.
That was gravy. The name of the episode last year was Macaulay Culkin Gravy Sucks.
Culkin. I forgot about that. It was the episode last year.
I really thought you were going to say the cranberry jelly, though. The stuff in the can that comes out in the shape of the can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We keep that in our pantry all year.
Oh, Matt remembers our big family Thanksgivings where we used to have 2 cans of cranberry on the table. One was for me and the other one was for the rest of the family.
Mm-hmm.
Because I did a half a can by myself.
He's not wrong.
That seems about right for some reason.
It's fucking delicious, man.
So for me, the underrated is the relish tray. Right? Like we had it at the second Thanksgiving. We had it at growing up, like the pickles, the olives, the sliced cheeses, like the relish tray. It's so important, not just for the Thanksgiving dinner, but for the day after sandwich.
Oh, yeah. We had to buy sweet pickles so that she could have the sandwich correctly because we didn't have leftover pickles. That makes sense.
The relish tray.
With it.
Okay. Least favorite Thanksgiving food, Tank.
I actually don't know. I guess least favorite would be cranberries.
Hey, and that's okay. I get it. More for me.
All right, baby, you?
For me, least favorite. I like everything.
You like food.
Okay, so I'm gonna go a little bit outside the bun on this one. My least favorite Thanksgiving food is ham. When people do ham instead of turkey, it's like, dude, you can have ham any day of the week. Just make a fucking turkey or a prime rib or something. But if you do ham, that's just giving up. You've given up.
That's a
Not gonna go into the
bold
fact
call
that's
out
the
right there.
meal that we had
Mm-hmm.
for Thanksgiving this
For
year.
Thanksgiving? No, I love ham, but it is not for Thanksgiving. It could be for Fakesgiving, but it is not for Thanksgiving.
All right, Matt, least favorite.
I have never understood the American predilection to bake green beans to within an inch of their life and cover them in onions out of a can. Green bean casserole can go fuck itself with prejudice.
I get it.
Did remember Failsgiving?
How could I forget Failsgiving?
We couldn't find milk, so we made the green bean casserole with sour cream.
Oh, Jesus.
It was so good, though.
Oh, my God. That sounds like it tasted weird. I'm going to go with that.
Behind the couch. Keep walking.
Oh, there it is.
There you go.
Got
What the
it.
fuck is happening?
I don't know.
I ran out of my ginger ale. I've been homesick the last 2 days. And so I'm trying to hydrate.
So now we're electrolyting her. She's been electrolyting. Matt, the delay on your video is killing me all day.
It's like coming and going. It's so weird.
It's
Yeah.
so weird.
Yeah.
It's like watching a bad kaiju movie.
Okay. My least favorite thing on the Thanksgiving table is gonna be the gravy. It's so rarely done well. I'm so tired of like the jar or like the package
Cool.
that you just add water to.
If that's what you're doing, you fucked up.
Right. I just, unless it's like good, solid, like, make it from like the giblets from the turkey and the drippings and whatever.
Yeah,
Just,
dad's
no,
gravy.
no, thank you.
Miss Sarah's smoked turkey gravy will change your life.
It is really good.
That does not surprise me even a little bit.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
really good.
My dad makes really good gravy.
Yeah, he does.
Like, he's the one who taught me how to do it. Like, with the roux and the other meats and like all of this, like, energy and time. His gravy probably takes several hours, right? But so often you just get shit. Okay. Favorites. Tank.
Pecan pie is my favorite. Yeah, not even
Fair.
close.
Specifically, Mama's pecan
Yeah,
pie.
Mama's
Right.
pecan pie is my
But
favorite.
yeah, there is definitely a caveat on that one. It has to be a very specific pecan pie.
Yeah. I never really liked pecan pie, and then I started going to your parents' house for Thanksgiving, and I was like, "Oh, this is what it's supposed to be." Gotcha.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I can't have it anywhere else.
No.
And I know you're looking at me for my favorite, so that's so hard. I like the everything bite. It's the bite where like you've gotten to the point where you've eaten everything individually, and so then you either put it all on a roll, or you just scrape it together in the middle where all the bits are touching on your plate, and that bite of everything all at once with all of that flavor is awesome. During Failsgiving, that was all on one spoon. There's a video of that somewhere of me just eating there's like stuffing and mashed potatoes and gravy and green bean casserole, a little bit of turkey just on a big
And a
fucking service
marshmallow.
spoon and a marshmallow. And I was like, happy Failsgiving. And I just shoved the whole giant fucking serving spoon in my mouth. But that bite, that everything bite is probably my favorite part of Thanksgiving.
All right, Matt.
Oh, it's got to be smoked turkey. It
And that's
has
my
to be
answer, too.
brined. Has to be brined. It has to be spatchcocked.
Mm.
And you have to turn up the temperature at the end to crisp up the skin.
Well, I don't think it has to be spatchcocked, especially because my dad uses that word way too much, like during the holiday season. But the smoked turkey that my husband makes is freaking delicious.
Now, Matt, let me tell you about the time I spatchcocked a turkey. Let me tell you all about spatchcocking, Matt. Now,
You
Frank.
know how much it freaks me out when you do the
Now,
impression
Frank.
of my dad?
I hope he's watching now. He hates it when I do the impression. Actually, he loves it when I do the impression of him. He told me to do it again. Now, Frank, did I ever tell you about the time I spatchcocked a turkey?
Okay.
Carry on.
That conversation has happened for 15 years.
I know it has, and I haven't been around that long. I can see the PTSD in your eyes.
Kylan still talks about the number of times
MakinBacon.com.
Papa has explained bacon to him.
MakinBacon.com.
Sponsored by Mac. All right. On to the actual agenda. So on Apple TV, there's a new show that apparently Matt has been able to watch because he has Apple TV. And if Toaster didn't suck so bad, we would also have access to Apple TV.
Toaster's supposed to get us Apple TV because he's using our Disney account and has yet to give us Apple TV. So, Toaster, come on, man.
So Monarch, based on the videos I have been able to watch and the synopsis and everything, it looks really cool.
It is. It's in the MonsterVerse, so but you don't have to have had watched Godzilla, King of the Monsters. You didn't have to watch Skull Island. You didn't have to watch Godzilla versus Kong in order to keep up with what's going on. And it's almost it's in a couple of different timelines. I don't want to spoil it, but there's definitely 2 or 3 different timelines going on, and it's almost written in the style of an origin story of the MonsterVerse, which is actually really cool. And one of the really cool bits about the show is there's a character who shows up in 2 different timelines. He's a military cat, and he's played by Kurt Russell in the later timeline and his son in the younger timeline. And
yeah, I just saw that on the casting notes, and I kind of was like, "Oh, that's fucking awesome."
it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
We literally just non-verbally had that conversation right here while you
I was
were
wondering
talking.
what you two were doing over there.
Well, because
But
he's
the
sitting here
show-
and he's pointing to the screen. Kurt Russell, Wyatt Russell, Kurt Russell, Wyatt Russell.
They're playing the same guy.
That's cool.
Yeah, they do a really good job with some flashbacks, so you can keep up with a couple of different things that happened in a couple of different movies. You do get a quick glimpse of John Goodman, which I think is a really neat little Easter egg. We meet a couple of new kaijus in the first couple of episodes, and I'm really excited to see what they do. It's well done. It's creepy. It's got the appropriate amount of governmental overreach, for lack of a better term. There's definitely some military industrial complex things going on. It's fantastic. And there's a family dynamic to it that I don't want to spoil it, but there's a family dynamic to it that ties into the first movie. But again, you don't have to have seen the first movie to understand what's going on. So really well done. Highly recommend it.
It is definitely on the list. I'm looking at the Apple TV site, and I know episode 4 hasn't aired yet. It says it airs on December 1st, but the monster for that image is very cool.
It looks like one of the lizards from Tatooine and one of the fucking bad guys from Stranger Things had a baby.
Oh, is it that mole looking thing?
No, it seriously got like the body of Godzilla and like a tentacle face with big teeth.
Yeah, that
It's a
shows
mole?
up. Yeah, it's kind of a mole looking thing because it
has like
The
fucking
hell?
tentacles with eyes on it.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of a different one because there's another kaiju that
Let's
shows
see
up
if I can-
that looks like that looks like that. It's like the Crate Dragon versus this. You don't see it very much in episode 3, but it's there.
Hold on, I'm just gonna send you a picture of it because it is creepy.
Yeah, I was trying to find one, of course, and you search Monarch monster. Apparently, there's a flavor of monster called Monarch, and that's all I'm getting. Oh, there it is. That fucking thing is
Done.
wild.
You just took a picture of my screen.
Oh, she did that, and
Whoa.
there's another one because I found it too. Okay.
Good job, baby.
Yeah, that's it. You don't get that good of a look at it in episode 3, but it's
That's a mole?
well when you see it at first at the end of 3, it looks very mole-ish because it's very quick.
I was saying moles have weird mouths, so they do
Yeah,
kinda-
they have got that weird kind of like mouth thing. Yeah.
Tentacly mouth thing.
Yeah.
But
Yep. Anyway, if you have Apple TV,
It's very kaiju.
Toaster, get off your ass so Mark can watch this shit.
yeah, seriously, we are gonna withhold Christmas presents.
Yeah, withholding Christmas, motherfuckers.
Not just from you, but from your children.
Yeah, no toast leaking. Yeah, crouton and crumb go fucking. Yeah, stuffless.
Okay. Jumping streaming services over to Amazon. Fallout. We've been seeing a lot of the trailers and video or pictures and shit from the new Amazon TV show. It's going to premiere April 12th of 2024. It's got a bunch of people in it that I've never heard of. But Tank is very excited about this show.
Very excited. I absolutely love the game series. It is really cool. And the fact that they have Walt Goggins playing the Ghoul character is fantastic.
What I find really funny about the Ghoul character, and I don't know if I sent you guys the link for it, but there was an article where the costume director and prosthetics guy, it says the Ghoul had to be kind of hot.
I didn't see that one.
So this was a Vanity Fair interview.
Oh
And
my.
first off, the fact that Vanity Fair is covering the new Fallout series
Tells you a lot about where video games have come, right? The Vanity Fair's covering a comic or a video game TV show.
right? But it's like, what is it? The Ghoul is a gruesomely scarred Rough Rider, right? Right, and then they explain his backstory a little bit, and they're like, yeah, but he had to be kind of hot. Mission accomplished. Have you ever seen these pictures?
Yeah. Those pictures are awesome, to be honest.
I would not describe him as hot. Human looking.
Well, I mean, he's a human, technically.
Yeah. Not as frightening as some other, I think the idea is that with Fallout as well, it's not like a scare game. It's more of an action game. And so they're trying to stay away from that thin line of Resident Evil and Five Nights at Freddy's. And they're trying to keep it away from being just a scary thing. They're trying to make it more of a action series. So the kind of hot thing is interesting.
Yeah.
It's a weird turn of phrase looking at the guy, but I guess I see what they're going with,
So obviously I'm not a gamer. I much more prefer tabletop games to any sort of console games, but this looks like it's going to be really interesting. I'm now completely blanking on the other Master Chief.
Oh, Halo.
Yes, that video game series.
Fucking loved that show.
I thought they did a really good job with that show. And looking at the armor and the images and stuff that we have so far, I feel like they're putting in the detail for the Fallout show.
One of the things I love about Amazon, and we were talking about it right before we got on, they don't care about money really when they're talking about their products, their art that they make. It's literally just for the sake of the art and getting it, trying to get it right visually and auditorily. The stories may be kind of fucked, but like, look at The Boys and like how much. Well, just some of them, not in this case, Matt. I'm just saying.
Well, no, I was auditorily. Great. I was trying to wrap my mind around
auditorily. Yeah, like visually, auditorily. They spend a lot of money on the special effects and the way things look and the visualization of it, and all of that stuff. But they don't care about a return for investment on it. It's not about that for them. It's making the art that was what they care about, because Amazon's going to make their money no matter what, right?
Well,
this is just a toy for Bezos, and I love the fact that he's just like, yeah, do it. Make sure you do it right.
When you make several $100 billion off of government contracts, you can do what you want with your money at that point.
Right. That's what I love. They don't care about the bottom line on these projects. It's for television, and it's just for his enjoyment.
I think the gold standard for video game adaptations in a TV series, and I think we all can agree, is The Last of Us. And I hope that this approaches that level of storytelling. I never played this series much, but I am familiar with the concept. I hope that it's not quite as I want it to be as actiony as I want it to be intelligent. I think is what I'm getting at. And Last of Us was super smart in a lot of different ways. And the acting was just fantastic.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping it leans that way, not necessarily in tone necessarily, because The Last of Us was just so dire and awful and everyone dies. It was just terrible.
It was so beautifully done.
You
it
had to
was
be in the
beautifully
right
done.
mood for every
Yeah, you had to
episode
be.
of that
You
show.
absolutely did. You absolutely did. So I kind of hope it trends towards that level of storytelling, I guess, is the complexity.
And the kind of good news about what they're doing is the game director for Fallout 3 and Fallout 4, which are two of the more popular in the series, is actually doing a lot of the consulting with the producers of the show. And they basically get approval from him before they move forward with certain things. So that's a good sign because his storytelling in those games is awesome. So
Good.
No, looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Mark's already mentioned The Boys, so let's kind of jump down to that real quick. There's going to be, in theory, another Boys spinoff. So it hasn't been fully greenlit yet, but the production team, producers, writers have already said that they're going to sign on for The Boys Mexico. So this is going to be a Spanish language series, takes place in Mexico City, very similar to The Boys, but they have to kind of tweak it because The Boys is all about, the Seven and Vogue, whatever that they're trying to overthrow. So, but this will be that same sort of thing, similar to the way they did the Gen V spinoff series.
Yeah, and Gen V wasn't really a spinoff as much as it was The Boys 2.5, much like Boba Fett was Mandalorian 2.5. And you didn't really get all of that until the last two episodes, which I thought was a super cool touch. And everything they're doing in this particular television universe, I think, is spectacular. I mean, I love The Boys. It's such a fun series to watch. It's visceral. It's gory. It's profane. I'm now catching up on Diabolical, which is the animated shorts. God, that is just
over the top
and hysterical at the same time as just being completely depressing. So
yes.
I hope this, I have full confidence this is going to be in the same vein.
Yeah. Gen V was amazing. If you guys anyone who hasn't watched that yet, the way that they tell you this separate story and then kind of lead back into The Boys is incredibly smart and a good way to set up essentially what the next step for The Boys and introduce a bunch of new characters at the same time. And it was really well done.
I think that just goes back to when Amazon gets good source material, they do a pretty good job most of the time of turning that into a series. It's one of the reasons I'm so glad Amazon is taking the Iron Flame Fourth Wing book series to try to turn that into a TV show, because I know that they will give it the attention that it needs.
And the budget.
Yes. And the budget. So that looks interesting.
Can we get a massive, bloody MDK murder, death, kill scene with the Song of One Note in it?
That would be hilarious.
That'd be
great.
fun.
Or some sort of like wild melee, and they're playing Machona in the background.
There you go. That'd be fun.
Or El Tequita.
What is the wrestling Mexican wrestling?
Oh, Lucha Libre?
Yes.
Yeah, the Luchas?
There has to be some of that in there.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm guaranteeing there's going to be.
Guarantee you there's going to be a Formula V luchador with a mask. Can't wait.
Yeah, that's coming.
Yeah, it's
And
gonna be.
his name will be Mysterio.
It's probably gonna be like Silver King or something like that.
Right.
One of the old Mexican wrestlers. You'll find out he's a mutant from the Gen stuff.
God, now I can't remember all those old. There were some of them that I used to love. I'll have to see if I can remember.
The reason that's in my head right now is when we went to the Broncos game, Broncos Packers. They were doing this whole like celebrate Mexico City, Broncos fans, and they had the ring set up in the parking lot. Miles was wearing the mask and doing the wrestling.
Oh my god, was he wearing like the Rey Mysterio style masks?
Yes,
He was wearing
and
he was
Miles
wearing a
had
lucha
one
mask.
too.
Yeah, and they had real
That's
luchadors
awesome.
in the parking lot in a ring. It
It
pretty
was
cool.
that was my first like in-person exposure to that, and it was quite fabulous.
That's awesome.
I'm now looking through a list of famous luchas that made it to the WWE.
Like Too Cold Scorpio.
Okay.
Well, the first one was Chavo Guerrero.
Chavo, yeah.
Chavo.
I mean, the Guerreros are the royal family of Lucha Libre.
Yeah. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, that rabbit hole is only going to get deeper if you don't start talking.
Yeah,
That's a deep ass topic.
Fair enough.
please carry on. For the love of God, talk about
We
something
all
else.
know
All right,
how
let's
this
go
is
over to
gonna
Marvel. We're going to pop over to Marvel. And we'll start with Marvel on the small screen. And we are seeing trailers, pictures, releases, whatnot, of the Agatha Darkhold Diaries. So this is the spinoff from WandaVision. And we get to see Agatha's backstory. It's going to open up a whole new like magic era for the MCU. And I'm very excited about this.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah,
It
same
does.
here. I've been hoping that this show would finally get done, and I'm glad that they're actually releasing teasers and stuff like that at this point.
They haven't given us a ton yet in terms of what it's actually going to look like with a lot of footage. We've seen a lot of behind the scenes photography and we all know some of the stories and whatnot, but it's going to be interesting to me to see what they do going forward with the Darkhold, because this is the second time the Darkhold's popped up in the MCU. If you consider the middle part of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. being part of the MCU, which it was for a bit until it branched off into its own goofy ass in the future, different world sort of thing.
Parallel universe thing, yeah.
Yeah, before it got a little bit weird. But the Darkhold definitely had a major presence in the middle part of that series as well. And I think there's also some stuff coming out. I don't know if you guys caught this or not, but there was a deleted scene that got released not too long ago from WandaVision where and I'm blanking on his name, but the Asian FBI agent who's looking for the material witness that they've got in witness protection. They actually dive into that just a little bit more. So I think that might come back and raise its head. That might be a fun little plot line to tie up.
Since they just kind of
just let it go. Yeah. Right. Because, that's what Marvel does. They throw breadcrumbs from time to time.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But,
Well, and wasn't Monica from the Marvels also in WandaVision?
mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how she got her powers.
That's how she got her powers.
Right. So Marvel's just released. I wonder if they're going to do anything to tie her back.
That would be cool.
Yeah. There were some rumors during the writer's strike that this show would just get nixed. And I'm really glad that that's not happening.
Has anybody else seen the Marvels yet?
No.
Okay.
We thought about going this weekend, but then
That's as far as we got.
I'm not going to spoil things then, because lots of stuff happens. But
Okay, well, then we will have to watch that eventually.
Yeah. We're thinking about it.
We have a credit on Fandango.
And every once in a while, I'll be like, we should go watch a movie. And then that's as far as it gets. But I did just watch the second Spider-Man the other night.
Oh, across the
That was the first time you
Spider-Verse.
watched that?
The Across the Spider-Verse, the one that the cartoon that just came out.
Oh,
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the second Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Oh no, I've seen that a bunch.
I was like, dear God,
No, the second
where
Miles,
have you been?
the second Miles and what's her name movie, Gwen Stacy movie.
Okay, well, that is a lovely segue over to the Madam Web trailer. This is, again, sticking with Marvel. And they're going to be going into the Spider Women.
Yeah,
Spider tits.
this is the Sony Marvel universe.
Yes. Sorry.
They make all the Spider-Man movies without Spider-Man in them. And this is another one of those where they are introducing you to the Madam Web and Spider-Woman and who else was it?
So it's Madam Web, Spider-Woman, Spider-Woman,
and Arana.
and Arana.
Yep. And a lot of those are more deep characters, and I'm hoping that they do a good job. Based on the trailer, it looks interesting. And it really looks better than the second Venom movie, which is unfortunate.
The first one wasn't good. Come on. The second one wasn't going to be very good either. I mean, yeah, Woody's in it, but he can't save that plot.
No, they messed up those movies a little bit, unfortunately.
That up a lot.
I actually don't have a lot of...
because the casting was so good. It was just the stories were so bad.
Well, and the same thing happened with Morbius. Like, the story is actually pretty interesting, and they somehow fucked that up. I'm hoping this is better than those side projects. It looks like it will be, just based on the trailer so far. And I'm excited, but scared.
Apprehensive?
Yeah, apprehensive.
That was a very cautiously, not optimistically, cautiously excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am very apprehensive because Morbius looked good on the trailer, and then we got that pile of shit, and just it wasn't good. And then I kind of enjoyed the first Venom. Second one was just I still, my brain is still scrambled after that movie. I still don't understand what the hell they did. Although I really enjoy Tom Hardy in the Eddie Brock role, and the interplay between he and the Venom character, I think, are really cool. I think there's much more they could do with it, but
they casted it correctly. It's just fucking the story writing is so awful.
Yeah. So I don't.
As Carnage was a perfect casting.
Fucking awesome. It was so good.
Yeah, I just don't have a great deal of confidence.
So bad.
Like this one and Craven the Hunter, I don't know. I just don't know. I hope they're good. I'm hoping for the best, but fearing the worst.
I'll watch it when it comes to streaming.
Yeah, it might be.
I watch all of them.
Well, this one is coming out February 16th next year. So, maybe a date night movie with Tank and his Valentine's birthday. That would be his wife who has the Valentine's birthday. Last time they went to go see a superhero movie, they ended up with a baby.
That's not the last time. We went and saw the Marvels. We don't have any extra babies running around.
The last time you went alone.
Yeah.
Nickname of T'Challa did not stick for the little blonde-haired, blue-eyed white girl. Just throwing that out there. So anyway.
No, but her other...
Sorry. It was Winston Duke.
Exactly
What can I say?
Racially motivated either.
Moving on.
That's just because my dad is stupid. Okay. All I'm thinking about when I see the Madam Web stuff is there is a musical, The Kiss of the Spider-Woman. And so like the theme from that show is playing in my head, but it has absolutely nothing related.
Matt, what is the name of the slot machine in Vegas? Like that has like a Madam Web character, and you know what I'm talking about. It's one of those stupid fucking penny slots, and there's like the arachnophobia lady, and she's got like 5 or 6 guys. That there's the red guy and the green guy, and the yellow guy and the blue guy, and if you match all the guys in the same color, you get a lot of chips. But it doesn't really happen. Or she's the wild, and she can like web them all together. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, vaguely, but no.
Yeah. That's what I think of when I think of Madam Web.
Okay.
Black Widow. That's the name of the slot machine. Black Widow.
That makes way too much sense.
Yeah, doesn't it? Also makes sense why I'm thinking of Madam Web and Black Widow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm excited about this one.
Going with another sequel that's actually a prequel, and the Ted films are going to be turned into a TV show streaming on Peacock. Seth MacFarlane is coming back to work on the show. He'll be the voice of Ted again. And this is going to be taking place in the early 90s when the kid who is, Ted's owner, I guess for lack of a better term, is a teenager. In one of the pictures we see, they're actually sitting there with a bong.
That makes sense.
I mean,
That's on brand.
To be Marky Mark, so it's got to have some help in that department. The weed's going to help with that.
So this comes out January next year.
I'm excited about this. The second one wasn't great. The second one wasn't great, but it was funny. The first one was fucking hysterical. Come on.
First one
it was
amazing.
So fucking good.
Jesus Christ.
It was so
how do you beat getting high in a bathroom with Flash Gordon? I mean, that's
so good, man. It's so good.
That's perfect.
I'm going to say a list of names. Stop me when I get it.
Mark's just excited to be able to watch a show about a boy and his bear.
Yeah.
While he's sitting there with his bear.
Yeah. That's why I like fucking the Christopher Robin movies so much. With Ewan McGregor. Same thing. It's a boy and his bear. What?
We still have to wait until we have located Chi-Chi Bear every night before bed.
I'm 40. We still lose Chi-Chi at least once a week.
He's like a little 4-inch tall bear, maybe smaller.
He's the size of my palm.
You'll get caught in like the pillows or like at the foot of the bed when I make the bed in the morning.
I can't go to sleep until I know where he is. I'm 40.
He's all about the boy and his bear.
We are aware.
There is actually a roll call as part of our nighttime ritual. That involves making sure everybody's accounted for.
All 15 of the stuffies that live on our bed.
Oh my.
Fortunately, we don't do it for the 500 other stuffies.
Nope, just the bed ones.
That live in our house.
You'd never go to sleep.
We'd still be doing it.
Mm-hmm.
We'd have never gotten married. We wouldn't have been able to get anything done.
That's why we had to limit the stuffy invite on the wedding list to just Penguin and Chi-Chi.
Yeah. Chi-Chi needed a special exemption to leave the house.
He was tied to Penguin.
That was the special exemption.
And then we ended up bringing more stuffies anyway for the kids area. And then I threw a stuffed cat instead of a bouquet. All right, moving on. Oy vey. Okay, so I don't know if you guys had a chance to look at the trailer for the new Sci-Fi Noir is how they're describing it. Film that's coming out in France now, I guess, and will be hitting the US in the spring.
Yeah.
Mars Express.
I got like a Aeon Flux meets Blade Runner vibes. Like, seems like it's a very spy heavy sci-fi thriller type of thing.
It looks cool.
Oh,
Oh,
here they come.
it's a meat.
Thursday. Oh,
Are you the beep
Ignore
of the
him.
week?
Ignore him. He's not part of the show.
Be nice to your dad. He
Okay.
lets you get on our show every night.
What's going on, girls?
Good.
What are you doing back there?
I'm in the Gifted and Talented program.
Yes, come over here.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking
Because I don't
about.
want you
Good
hiding.
job.
What, Uncle Gonzo?
I said, good job. That's awesome.
I know.
I'm so proud of you.
I feel amazing.
Good. You
Because
should.
you are amazing.
Why is Julia?
Okay. Am I too loud?
Yes.
Yeah, you can just talk to us normally, sweetie.
Hey,
Okay.
Jula,
Why is Julia
did
hiding?
you tell Uncle Goon that it was your birthday last week?
No.
She's hiding underneath the chair currently.
No.
Stop messing with me. Sweetheart.
She said no.
What was that? That wasn't Sandy.
Our dog just meowed.
She did. The fucking dog just meowed.
Oh my gosh. Did you just say the F word?
He did say the F word.
Sorry.
But it's okay. He's a grown-up.
Goodbye,
Kind of.
Aunt Minnie. Goodbye, Uncle Gonzo.
Bye, girls. We'll see you on Sunday.
Love you both.
Why weren't you there for Thanksgiving? I missed you.
I missed you too. We had other plans. I will see you on Sunday for your sister's birthday party.
This is a 3DS.
Yes, it is.
Bye-bye.
It's over your mouth. Go to bed.
Oh, Julia had a great idea that we are going to bring for her birthday party. A cheese pizza covered in candy, cookies, frosting, and peanut butter.
Too bad.
With a unicorn candle on it. It started because I was telling her that peanut butter on pizza is delicious. Because it is.
So she's going to make a cheese pizza with peanut butter, Nutella, jam, candy,
Frosting.
cookies, and frosting.
With a unicorn candle.
And we are bringing the stuff for her to do it.
Solid. I dig every
'Cause
part
what
of
else does a 5-year-old need?
it. Not much.
Nope. Can't think of a damn thing.
And then we can leave. Tank loves us so much.
Oh, okay. Let's go back to Mars Express.
Yeah, so Mars Express looks cool.
It's a good denial there, bud. Anyways, carry on. Mars Express is great.
It was a completely random thing that popped up when I was looking for some articles and stuff for us to cover for tonight's show. This has only been published, this article that we found earlier today. Like, it's brand new. It looks really interesting. But I don't know. It's French.
That means it will have an outrageous accent.
Well, I don't know about that.
And
Why?
they will have to deal with English king niggets.
In the YouTube trailer, which is currently sitting up on my screen without playing, just sandbagging that shit. It has the closed captioning, and it says, "Are there human prostitutes here?" Question mark. Next line. Only synthetic.
So Android
So-
What
hookers.
is happening above us?
I don't know what's
I heard that. Thump, thump,
But
thump,
the
thump,
shoe
thump.
people have moved out and the hammer people have moved in.
Yes.
I don't know if I like this better. I miss the shoe people already.
Sounds like they're trying to summon Shai Halud.
Will you please hold the goddamn hammering?
You know, considering the noises that they hear coming from our place.
Yeah, but they don't know us yet. But you're right.
I'm just saying. Okay.
What are you talking about?
Last thing on the agenda is Doctor Who. Now, this past Saturday was the first of the 60th anniversary specials. It was fan-fucking-tastic. But I know that previously we had all discussed doing a show just about Doctor Who. Because when we try to talk Doctor Who, there is not just a rabbit hole. There's a whole goddamn universe. Right? And we all fall into it. So I figured I would give everybody a very teensy tiny little moment to say, yes or no. Did you enjoy or hate the special that came out the Saturday after Thanksgiving? And then we will make time. I'm thinking December 27th. That will be our next show after all of the specials have aired. So that way we don't have to worry about spoilers.
Makes sense.
So
I
mark
like
it on your calendars.
I like it.
December 27th, nerds that know go all crazy into the Who-niverse.
Meow, 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 meow.
But did you guys enjoy the special?
I did,
Absolutely. Yes, I did. And one, I have to celebrate the return of Russell T. Davies. because
Fucking thank
this-
Christ,
this-
man.
this
Holy
was-
shit.
What a return, right? And what a way to tie up a couple of different things that they needed to tie up with bringing back the characters that they brought back. And I will say the other really neat moment was they handled what's his name? William Cribbins?
Bernard Cribbins.
Bernard Cribbins.
Yeah.
They handled
Wilfred.
yeah. They handled him not being on screen beautifully and absolutely did it the right way without actually having to have him on screen. So
there are some clips that have been released that show him in future episodes of the special, because he did not pass until July, and they finished filming in like May or April.
Yeah, they had done wrapped in April, so that he was already in some of them.
But I'm sure that there will be a tribute. It
When
is
did
sad
they-
that he has passed.
when did they start filming this? Because he died in 22.
I thought he died in 23.
I thought it was earlier this year, but it might have been last year. But they wrapped in April of this year.
Or maybe they're just using stock footage.
Yeah,
But
maybe.
they definitely have him at like readings and stuff of the script.
Okay.
So he was there for the part of that process for sure. And I agree with you. The way they handled it, and it's different than the way they've handled it, dealing with other people's deaths in the show, where they just give like a memorial, or they say, hey, so-and-so has died. Oh my God, it's so sad. Here's their relative that we've replaced them with, or, whatever they've done in the past. They've done it differently. And this was completely different. And it stuck with the kind of aloofness of Wilfred too, and kind of his steadfastness. It really played to his character well. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, I thought it was really well done.
Wilfred Mott's one of my favorite companions.
Right.
He's so good.
And they did it, like you guys were saying, they did a good job kind of paying homage to to him and the episode that they've shown so far, at least.
It was definitely a lovely moment. With the spoiler intact, because I'm going to break my own rule. When he shows the psychic paper in the very beginning,
Yeah.
and he's like, it says mistress.
Yeah.
He's like, catch up. Loved that moment.
Good moment.
That's not giving away any of the story. It was just a lovely moment acknowledging the gender change.
Yeah, acknowledging the regeneration doesn't always catch up right away.
Right.
Love that.
All the stuff that comes with being a Time Lord and having a TARDIS doesn't necessarily happen right away after regeneration. And a lot of times they make the episode afterwards so much about their regeneration and how well, with the exception of like Matt Smith had kind of a seamless regeneration. But like David Tennant's first one, he had Tennant David had it rough the first time, right? Like that was a whole fucking half of Christmas that he was asleep.
Oh
And-
yeah, when they did the switch from Eccleston to him, yeah.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
half of fucking Peter Capaldi's first episode was the same thing where he couldn't get shit right. He didn't, it was. So this is a much more
Yeah.
seamless regeneration, but it's also because he's focusing on why did this happen again?
But
Why
Peter
did I
Capaldi ends up
return?
calling everybody pudding brains
Yeah.
in like his first couple of minutes after regeneration. And we're like halfway through his first season. And he's still calling everybody pudding brains.
He is a very grumpy old man.
I
He's
love
so much
Yes.
fun though.
He was so
He's so
good.
much fun.
So
I had
good.
only ever seen snippets of him before. But being married to the man I picked means I have to watch all of Doctor Who. And we've been watching it, from Eccleston moving forward. And then we're going to go back to, it's not on BritBox. What's the other one that I was telling you? Anyways,
Freevee or whatever.
The old
2B.
2B.
Yeah.
The old Doctor Who's are going to be available for streaming on 2B, which is a free streaming app. So we're going to try to go back and watch some of the old ones as well. My goal is to watch more Doctor Who than Georgia Tennant, but I'm pretty sure I've already beat that.
Yeah, Georgia Tennant has not seen any of her dad's work.
Which is hilarious.
She's admitted that. She has not seen
Mhm.
any of her dad's work. And has not seen all of David's work either. But she has seen the episode that she's in, so that's good.
I think that makes sense. Yeah.
I love the video diaries that Georgia and David Tennant make. They're freaking awesome. Follow them on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, TikTok. I don't care. Just follow them. They're hilarious.
Yeah,
The
those
one
two
when they
are-
go to the grocery store. It's awesome.
What did you think of this one as opposed to the one that we usually go to?
Okay. On that note, does anybody have anything to add before we tie up the last November podcast of the year?
I'm good.
I don't think so. No, nothing else.
No,
I'm just gonna
I
drop
think you've
in-
covered it all. Well done.
Denver Fan Expo is next July. It is going to be a 4-day long event, and the VIP passes have already sold out. So the 4-day VIP pass is gone. So if you want to have a full weekend pass, go get in before they've even finished announcing who guests are. Please do so. We'll be talking with the Fan Expo behind the scenes folks in the new year. But go ahead, go out to their link. We'll include it in the description. But passes are already selling out. And we haven't even finished this year yet. So we still have 8 months until this con. And get them while they're going. And on that note,
Before you sign off, though, we need to talk about MeowWolf. Because we
yes.
just posted a bunch of stuff on social media. You did.
yes, I did.
About our trip to MeowWolf that we just had a couple weekends ago. We had the pleasure, and of course the person who sets it all up is right next to me. She set us up with the lead story creator.
Lore Keeper.
And his title with the company is the Keeper of the Lore with MeowWolf. And
He needs a cape.
Yeah.
For all of those MeowWolf people listening, Michael needs a cape.
He wants a cape. But he followed us around the house and let us explore. And then he would be like, you should check this out while you're here. And then he was telling us stories about stuff that's happened behind the scenes and different artists' things, and really broke the story down to the basics for our 16-year-old niece to understand. It was just a joy with people that would just come up to him and talk to him. And he got asked the same question. I heard him answer, how the hell did you guys put this all together? like 15 times in a 3-hour process. And he just sat there and answered it every single time. And he was gracious with his time. You could tell he was enjoying seeing everything, and seeing people enjoying it. So I just really wanted to say that. Check out all of our social. It was awesome. We're going to check out Grapevine in February. So that's going to be the next one on the list. But again, MeowWolf just knocked it out of the park for us. So check out all the stuff we're doing with them.
And Michael, come to Denver. We're going to take you all around Convergence Station.
Yeah.
I know you saw it when it was being built, but we will show you our favorite stuff.
He's writing this. He wrote the story for it, and they're always changing things, so he's always constantly rewriting the story for it, and he hasn't been there since it's open.
Oh.
So
So yeah, major points and props to MeowWolf.
Yeah.
The whole organization is just amazing. We're so lucky to work with them.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, and on that note,
Yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
For your Christmas shopping, check out Knox Nostalgic Collectibles. He'll put the link out there. And
Most of it's on Facebook.
King Goon, drop our socials.
Make sure you check out the Nerds That Know anywhere you can find your social media preference. Mark's Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok are at Poffle Time. You can find me at Twitch and Twitter at PoffleUpagus, and find me on TikTok at King Goon Smoke.
And on that note, we will catch you guys next week for more sports talk with my brother's an idiot. And the week after to cover more nerd stuff. We will see you guys then. Thanks, guys.
Adios.